Good afternoon, welcome to Carter's Country. I'm joined here with Brandon from Swarovski, and we're going to talk a little bit about the entire lineup of all their binoculars on the market today. And I guess we'll just jump in.
Yeah, so kind of starting from right to left for you guys, we have a couple different sizes of what we call our pocket binoculars. These are the Curio line of the pocket binoculars. It's a 7x21. We also have an 8x25 and a 10x25 binocular. The great thing about pockets is that they are just that. You can get them really small and compact. You can fit them almost anywhere. And it's just a great binocular that you will find a bunch of uses for when you do use them. Keep them in the truck, take them to football games, take them really anywhere. You'll find reasons why you need binoculars when you're out in the field. And they're great for hunting too, on like the turkey side of things or even deer hunting if you want to kind of run nice and light.
They're almost as big as a cell phone.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I mean, it's one of those things where you like sitting them in your pocket is no big deal, and you can kind of run around and get it going. So, moving on from there, this is a new product for this year. It's called the My Junior binocular. It's a 7x28. It comes kind of in this bluish color, and then there's a pinkish color as well. These are binoculars that are designed for kids, somewhere in that 5 to 12 range, to kind of get them introduced to using optics out in the field. It's a really nice binocular for the price with our name on it there. So they run about $500, and it's a great binocular to get them going out in the field. And as we kind of go up and through the line, this is where we start to get a little bit more serious as far as optics are concerned. This is the CL binocular. The CL Companion comes in an 8x30 and a 10x30. These binoculars are great, nice, compact, but they give you the feel of a full frame binocular with a single hinge point in the center. They have real flat edges as far as the optics are concerned. You get a great field of view. And it's still just a really lightweight binocular that you can kind of get out in the field and hunt with. And then, an 8 power and a 10 power to kind of really handle any need. When you run up from the CLs, the next jump up is the EL, and this is a binocular that was the flagship binocular for Swarovski for the longest time. These came out in 1999 originally, and there's been plenty of generations since then. You have an 8.5 by 42 and this 10 by 42. These binoculars have incredible eye relief, incredible edge clarity, and then what we call for us our HD glass. Those three things make up Swaro-Vision. So these binoculars are kind of the originator of Swaro-Vision technology for us. You can get out there and have a really premium binocular at kind of a mid-premium price point. With the EL 10x42s. The step up from there is then to the NL binoculars, and these binoculars are our latest and greatest, biggest and baddest. They can't be touched in a lot of ways as far as a binocular is concerned. You'll notice here that they kind of have these real deep handwells.
I've always liked them.
Ergonomically, it's with these deep hand wells, the focus wheels push forward. The fit and finish into your hand is just perfect. So you can get really good stability while using them. But then optically, the big change is that they have 40% more field of view than like a comparable EL. So this 12x42 NL actually has more field of view than this EL 10x42, which is typically not the case with binoculars as you go up in magnification. So the advantage of that is that you can go to a 12 power and get more detail in your image without suffering that field of view when you're looking through the binocular.
You can definitely tell. I mean, it makes a difference, obviously not in here, but in most places it makes a big difference.
Yeah, being able to sit there and take in much more when you're looking, especially if you're glassing out west, is one of those things that really kind of helps you, kind of stay on top of the game. The last section of binoculars here that we have on the table are the EL ranges. This is probably one of the most popular binoculars that we sell. Just in a lot of ways, they have a rangefinder on board. They have obviously really good glass, being a Swarovski and being an EL optically. And then what the other side of the rangefinder is that there are ballistics on board. So you can put 10 rifle profiles on the app and then select 3 to put on the binocular. It takes barometric pressure for density, altitude, temperature, and incline readings every time you press the range button so that your ballistic solution is correct all the way through. and there's the range goes from about 10 yards all the way out to 1,600-ish. 1,500 meters, and it'll.
I sold a pair of these just yesterday, and the guy asked, he said, "Is this all in meters?" I said, "I think we can fix that for you."
Yeah, so you can do you can do metric system or freedom units, whatever is your your preference.
Okay, so obviously we've got a full range of binoculars that we've gone over. We sell most, if not a majority of all of these in the stores. Anything that we don't have in the store, we are obviously very familiar about getting it from y'all directly. And a lot of people don't know all the details of like what actually comes with a Swarovski optic. I mean, one of the things when you open up the box, there's a lot of stuff that comes in these new binoculars that is important to go over. Cleaning kits come with them. Most of them have a bag, carrying harness.
Yep.
Go through that list real quick with everyone so they understand that you're not just always getting just binoculars, I guess.
Yeah. So I mean, with all the binoculars, you're going to get a neck strap, a bag, and everything except the pockets. You're going to get covers for both sides. The pockets just have covers for the eyepieces, the ocular side. So you will have something to protect the binoculars all the way through, wherever you're going and then in the fields. And then, like you mentioned, there is some cleaning solution in there in the boxes as well.
So at the end of the day, you get a full line of product as well as binoculars. With regards to hunting solutions, I mean, I oftentimes take and put these in our customers' hands when they're out west.
Yep.
Because they're going to be the ones who are spotting a little bit further. They're trying to figure out what distances they're going. Your average Texas hunter can get away with basically these if they already know where their blinds are located in reference to where their actual feeders are. So these are perfect for more of your Texas style hunting, whereas these I would put more out west. These are kind of be more of what you would call birder style, everyday use.
Or just general use.
And then these are your entertainment, out and about everywhere you go.
Yeah, that's a great, simplistic breakdown of where you would want to be. I mean, certainly there's some overlap and crossover among there. When I go out and hunt, I typically use one of two binoculars. I either use the EL range or an NL 12x42. These two in particular, these are my samples, and these are the ones that I use the most. Just kind of, it's obviously situationally dependent. If I'm in a new area, I'll bring the ranges, and then even out west, sometimes I take both, and I'll glass off a tripod with the NL 12s, and then when it's time to go, I'll dump those and grab the EL ranges and go from there. So there's various uses on the birding side of things. Typically what you would see is a lower magnification binocular like an 8, and then a lot of times it's a smaller binocular like a 32 or a 30, just to kind of be able to stay mobile. But you want the lesser magnification because it gets you more field of view on the birding side, just because a lot of the times you're looking relatively close, and that's actually a good thing to kind of to mention there, kind of the differences between magnifications. As you go up in magnification, your field of view typically will come in a little bit more, but you do get more detail in the image because it's more magnification. And then a lesser magnification binocular, like an 8 versus a 10, as long as you're talking the same objective size, an 8 would be a little bit brighter just because it's less magnification. So,
well, thank you so much for all your time. Always good to see you as usual. As we know, if you've ever shopped, shot, or hunted with us, you're already part of the Carter's Country family. And until next time, adios.